gentlemen, my next guest had a very auspicious first visit to this program. Take a look at the videotape of a couple of weeks ago. There he is.
I'm strong. I can arm wrestle. Do you want to arm wrestle?
No.
I've been taking. No, I've been taking part. These aren't mine. I can kick.
Okay. I'm going to go check on the top 10. So that was it, and I just got a cab. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show, Crispin Glover. Crispin, are you back there? Hi. Good to see you. How are you? Please have a seat. Now, last time, I guess you're probably aware of this, but you kind of startled me because I wasn't expecting one of the guests to actually kick me. You know?
Well, I didn't make contact or actually kick.
No, but I was surprised. No. I was surprised because we thought we were going to just visit a little bit, and then you stood up and took a kick at me.
Yes.
So now you were also dressed in kind of a strange fashion. Those were not your normal clothes, were they, Crispin?
Well, they're mine. I own them. Yes.
Paul, check the chutes. We may be going out again. But now you had a little something on your mind, as we found out later. Why don't you just explain what you had hoped to accomplish by that little presentation?
Well, what did you get? I mean, what do you,
You know, you're seconds away from being slapped.
Oh, I don't...
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing.
Okay.
I'm just teasing.
No,
Now, Crispin, hold it. Now, wait a minute. Well, just tell the folks what you were going to do. You had a little outfit on, and you had a little thing in mind, and you wanted to arm wrestle me, you wanted to kick me. Now, what was that all about? Because clearly that you're not the same guy.
Well, I guess
Which I guess is too bad for you. But just relax.
It's this kind of thing, you know. It's this. It's self-explanatory, kind of. I mean, it's there it was, or there it is, or.
Have you ever been put in a headlock, real tight headlock, and all of a sudden things start to get kind of fuzzy, you know?
So you want me to explain myself is what?
Well, yeah. And I wish we had the time now. I tell you what, we'll get some crushed ice for him, and then we'll do a commercial. And when we come back, you just tell us what you were up to, and then we'll visit about other things. All right?
Okay.
Okay. We'll be right back. All right, now we've had a chance to collect our thoughts, and briefly, succinctly, just explain to us what you were doing the last time, and then we'll move on to other things.
I feel like I should take. I shouldn't say anything, but I'll say it was. It was kind of. I wanted it to be this interesting kind of a thing that would happen that people would find interesting.
Right. And so what was the point to it, other than just interest?
Well, I mean, that kind of was the point. I mean, interest.
All right.
Did you find it interesting in one way or no? Oh.
But now, where did you see it going after you pretended to kick me and wanted to arm wrestle me? How was it going to come to what was going to be the fruition of your efforts
it was going to go to a different point, I suppose. It wasn't going to escalate. It was going to come down into a newer state. But
perhaps New Hampshire. Crispin, all right, now let's put that behind us. Now you brought some things also that you think are going to provide us with some interest.
Yes. Well, these are my hobbies, and I'm proud of them. I'm going to actually be having a show. Well, first off, this is the day the farm animals came to the La Brea tar pits.
La Brea tar pits there in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and there they are.
And this is a little bit of artwork you've put together?
Yes. And then here's another one. This is this lady in her volcanic garden. I don't know if you can see it quite correctly, but she's sitting there in her volcanic garden, and as you can see, the things erupting, and the hieroglyphic explains it a bit. And when you open it up, there's a musical volcano inside, and see she's
lovely music box.
Yeah.
What is it playing?
I want to hold your hand by the wheel because her hand's been bowled over by the lava. See, you have to. It's right there, and there's a funeral for her, and the buffalo's looking over into the funeral as that goes around.
So again, something on the bright side there.
Yes. And then here's just a little. This is a little thing that kind of goes around.
Cute little odd thing. Yeah. And did your mom ever say anything about it being a really difficult birth?
No. And then I have my books. See, I have 10 books which I'm going to have on display. I'm going to have a book kind of signing.
Where is this taking place?
At Los Angeles Contemporary Exhibitions, LACE, and I'm going to be there on September 2nd. I think it's from 7 o'clock till 8, and I'll be signing copies of this book, Rat Catching, which I made, and then I.
Are these actual earlier publications?
Well, no. These are. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've remade them, utilized old things, and this one's kind of more similar to the other ones. This one's called Quivira. This is kind of a cosmic excursion into my cousin Brooke. It says the desert, and then it says Cousin Brooke in the midst of life.
Okay.
And
these are going to be on display at an art.
For a month after that at LACE.
You might want to check those times again.
Yeah, okay. September 2nd, and then one of them is going to be actually published by a place called Illiterati. Concrete Inspection it's called.
So this is a real entertaining hobby for you.
Yes.
Avocation. Now tell me about I guess the most recent film you did was River's Edge.
Right. Yes. Well, I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, getting a lot of good notices for that work.
Well, I'm very happy about them. Yes.
Did you enjoy working with Dennis Hopper? Did you ever try to kick Dennis Hopper?
No.
Because I have a feeling he would hand you your lunch.
I probably, yes.
And are you working on a film now, I'm guessing?
No, I'm just having my art show right now. I'm kind of busy working on that all of a sudden.
Do people want you to be in a lot of their films?
Well, I suppose so, yes.
See, that's only in America. Something like, when you think about it. Well, I must say, of the 2 times we've met,
yes,
I find this one more pleasurable.
Well, good. I'm glad.
By about this much. No. It was very interesting to see it. Thank you, Crispin. Thank you for being here. Crispin Glover. We'll be right back.
I was walking on the ground, I didn't make a sound. Then I turned around and I saw a clown. Had a frown, stood on a mound, started barking like a hound. When I came to it, I found he showed me something that was round. So we became great friends, and late in life, he got sick. him some soup, but he got worse. It asked for its purse. It got it, but it was empty, so it cried aplenty. I wondered what to do. I didn't know what to think, so I got a drink. And then I showed it something that was round. Then it died, smiled, fell on the ground. Thinking back about those days with the clown, I get teary-eyed and really snide. I think that deep down, I hated that clown, but not as much as Mr. Farr. I'm gonna go smoke a cigar. I was walking on the ground, I didn't make a sound, and then I turned around, I saw a clown. Clown. A clowny clown. I hate you, clown. Your ugly frown, smiley lips. I think I'll clip you across the nose, clown. Want this cigar? It'll get you real far. Like Mr. Farr. Get it? Mr. Farr? Clown. Clown. See what a cigar will do? Clown. Ugly clown.
Kids need warmth. They need love. They need a lot of it. I'm an adult and I still need a lot of love too.
If they have a crummy life and they don't really want to live it, I think they should have all their rights to commit suicide if they want to.
Great. George FM Breakfast, good morning. You're with Dean Campbell and Kirstine. And lo and behold, Crispin, Helian, Glover on the show this morning.
I'm glad to be here.
It's kind of a surreal sentence I just didn't expect to be saying this week. We got the interview last minute, but what a pleasure. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be here. I'm, of course, going to be performing a live dramatic narration of 8 different books. Here's a few of them that I've published for the internet audience.
Wow.
And I'll be performing these live. They're heavily illustrated books that I've taken from old books from the 1800s and reworked them and turned them into different books from what they originally were. The
Wow.
images from the books are projected behind me, and as I dramatically narrate the books. And I made most of these in the 1980s and 90s, and then after that I present the feature film, which is a film that I've
Called Everything is Fine.
It is called It Is Fine, Everything
And
is Fine.
so everything is indeed fine, or is
Yes.
there a little more to that title? Should I
Yes.
just relax?
Yeah,
Is
well,
everything fine?
Everything is fine. Actually, though, the thing is you only say everything. It's fine. Everything's fine when something's kind of not quite
Not
right.
Quite right. I
But-
see what you mean.
And then after that, I have about an hour and a half Q&A, and then I have a book signing till the last person has been in line. So it's a long evening, but I have a great time doing it.
Now, you've had a long career
Yeah.
in history in film, and this seems now you're in a wonderful position where this is a wonderful passion project
Yeah.
for you to work on.
Absolutely.
But you've certainly worked on your fair share of big and great movies
Yeah.
throughout the history. I mean, just to give a few hot button titles for our listeners to go, that's right. I mean, the Charlie's Angels thing.
Yes.
For me, the jaw-dropping one is the Back to the Future thing,
Right.
where I go, this guy was in Back to the Future, and I'm kind of like, how old are you?
Yeah,
you don't look much older than me. What? And then, more to the point, when I found out in my admittedly hurried research, which sometimes radio announcers do, let's face it, I didn't realise Happy Days.
Yeah.
Happy Days, 1983.
That's right. Yeah. It was toward the end of when that show was still going, and I think the last remaining character was the Arthur Fonzarelli character.
The Fonz.
And I had a lot of scenes with him. He was actually a really nice fellow to work with.
Henry Winkler.
Henry Winkler was a good fellow to work with, and of course, these kind of things, being in that film, something like that, one of the early Friday the 13th movies.
Yes.
Things I look back at, and it's got a funny history, iconography from, at a certain point there's just a nostalgia of having been involved in something like that, which is actually interesting.
It is, and the career you carved from that, be it your personality, your look, and everything you stand for, just the characters that you've chosen to play over the years, often fringe, often off to the left field a little bit, and you've kind of had this long career doing all these little things. Has it been a very rewarding career?
Well, my first film that I've made, called What Is It, which I'm not showing tonight, I'm showing part 2 of what will be a trilogy, is really, most of the actors in it have Down syndrome, but the film is not about Down syndrome at all. What it really is my psychological reaction to the corporate constraints that have happened in the last 30 years of corporately funded and distributed filmmaking, wherein anything that can possibly make an audience member uncomfortable is necessarily excised, or that film will not be corporately or funded or distributed. I think it's a very damaging thing, because it's that moment when an audience member sits back in their chair, looks up at the screen, and thinks to themselves, is this right what I'm watching? Is this wrong what I'm watching? Should I be here? Should the filmmaker have done this? What is it? And that's the title of the first film. What is it that's taboo in the culture? What does it mean when the taboo has been ubiquitously excised? I think it's a very damaging thing, because it's those moments when people are asking questions that they're having genuine education. And for that to be ubiquitously excised is bad for the culture. So this is something I've discovered as I've been... I started acting professionally when I was 13.
Yes.
And I started getting an understanding of the kinds of films that were being made at age 16 when I started driving to the art house theaters. That was 1980, and the films that I was seeing were films from the 70s and 60s and other eras that were asking a lot of questions, which is what I thought I was about to step into. And then as I was starting to act in films, I started saying, where are these questions? And my films are very much a reaction to that, and I feel that it's very important for audiences to be asking questions. This is why I go and I have the passion. I've been touring now for 8 years with my shows and films, and a huge part of what's important is for the audience interaction, for the questions that I am there to have the discussions with.
And in terms of, you're talking about topics that are sort of universally excised and not portrayed in film and that kind of thing. What are these topics in this day and age? What kinds of things are you looking, say, to cover in future projects for you? Are things being rejected by studios that they're saying, we won't touch that, we don't want to have a part of that, that's too controversial? Yeah,
I mean, literally anything that can make anybody genuinely uncomfortable is excised. Now, for example, the second film, the one that I'll be showing tonight,
Everything is Fine.
Everything is Fine, written by Stephen C. Stewart. Steve was born with a severe case of cerebral palsy. When he was in his early 20s, his mother died, and he was virtually locked into a nursing home where he did not want to be, but Steve was very difficult to understand. And the people that were taking care of him would derisively call him an MR, a mental retard, which is not a nice thing to say to anybody, but Steve was of normal intelligence, and the emotional turmoil that he went through for the 10 years that he was locked in that nursing home, I can't even begin to imagine. But when he got out, he wrote the screenplay in the style of the U.S. 1970s TV murder mystery movie of the week, wherein he's the bad guy. And by the fact that he wrote it in this genre style, as opposed to a standard autobiography, there are certain truths of his life that dynamically come through, and there's an emotional catharsis that happens that I feel very passionate about. When the whole trilogy of movies is done, this film will be the best film of the trilogy, but not only that, I feel like it'll be the best film I'll have anything to do with in my whole career. It's just, and it has to do with this emotional catharsis. But this kind of topic, this is something that a corporately funded and distributed film wouldn't deal with. It has discomforting aspects. There are two taboo aspects. There's graphic sexuality. It has to do with a very specific mindset of this particular person who had a certain amount of rage, understandably being locked away in a nursing home for 10 years. And these are they bring up questions and thoughts, and they're provocations. And corporations don't want a thoughtful questioning culture, because at a certain point, if there's a real questioning culture, they'll start questioning the corporation's kind of ubiquitous control that really is continuing to escalate.
Of course.
And, corporations are a manifestation of people. And really, people should be able to help control what's beneficial for them. And it's something that's important for people to be talking about and questioning. I don't like to get overly political. My questioning is more about the artful elements, but it ends up having to do with business and politics as well.
Right. Crispin, Healy and Glover, I feel like I could listen and chat to you for a while, but if the interest is piqued for our listeners out there, then it's tonight at Sky City Theatre.
Yes.
And there's... Everything is Fine, the film. There's Q&A.
And my live performance and a book signing. And people can see clips of the films and even a clip of me doing some readings on crispinglover.com. And there's more information there as well. But I look forward to seeing everybody at the show tonight, and I appreciate you having me on.
Excellent. Thank you very much,
I
Crispin.
appreciate
Excellent.
it.